Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you a few of my favorites for the month of April. I feel like I just did my favorites for March like a week ago and it's already a month later, so I'm really happy because this month is Diamond's birthday, so super excited. This is actually his birthday week, so his birthday is April 28th. So I am super duper excited to be celebrating 1 year with my little pumpkin. He's so cute and he's getting so big and so busy, so that's been my favorite thing of the month, just teaching him so much. And it feels like everything that I teach him now, he's like a sponge and he's soaking up everything. So if I teach him one thing today, tomorrow he has it down packed. So that's been my favorite of the month. Other than that, I have a ton of stuff here, so we're just going to get into it. There's a little bit of like beauty, hygiene, fragrance, so let's just get started. First favorite of the month should be everybody's favorite, and it's not the actual container but what's inside, and this is just water. And I've been doing the is it called diffused water? I forget what you call it, but basically where you do like a pitcher of water and then you put like your cucumber, your mint, and your lemon in it. I've absolutely loved the taste of lemon water. I always have. I used to when I was working in a law firm. I would always take and just squeeze lemon into like the hot water from the espresso machine, and I love the way it tastes. But lately I've been just doing it cold. I'll make a pitcher every single day where I'll do I'll dump like 4 bottles of water into the pitcher. If you know me and if you've been following me for a long time, you know that I absolutely hate water, and it's literally the hardest thing for me to do. So since I do love lemon water, I decided just to do what I love, and it's been working this month. Like I said, I pour 4 bottles of water so that I know I'm getting my exact 8 glasses of water for the day. And then I'll just take and squeeze 2 whole lemons in it because I like a lot of lemon. And then I'll do cucumber. I don't do the mint. Sometimes I do blueberries. One day I did kiwi. So I kind of switch it up, but basically most days it's just lemon because that's the flavor I like the most. Sometimes the cucumber I don't like, or sometimes the blueberries I don't like, or the kiwi or whatever. But consistently lemon and water is what I've been loving. So the next item is fairly new. This is the Aztec Secrets Indian Healing Clay, and it's literally the best thing ever in life. So it claims to be the world's most powerful facial, deep pore cleansing, and it's 100% natural calcium bentonite clay. This stuff is bomb. I picked mine up from Whole Foods. I think it was like $6, give or take $1 or $2. You can also purchase it on Amazon if you don't have a Whole Foods near you. This is the small jar. They have a large one that's kind of taller, but if you can see, it's like a taupe colored powder. I don't know if you guys can see that, so you have to be careful with it. When I first bought it, I thought it was going to be like a mask already made, but it's just a powder. And what you do is you take a non-metal bowl and you mix equal parts of this with apple cider vinegar in it. I use the Bragg's with the mother in it. You mix it up and you see it fizz up really well. And then just take like a makeup brush or something and just paint it all over your face. You let it sit and dry for anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes. And it literally tightens your face. If you watch my vlogs and you see me try this for the first time last week, and it literally like tightened my face so much, it felt like I got a facelift. It felt like it got rid of my double chin. It felt like my cheekbones was getting higher. So when it completely dried, like my eyes looked like deformed because my face had literally tightened so much. But it really literally got rid of every single pore on my face. I've been looking high and low for something that is going to help to get rid of my large pores, because that's one of my biggest issues. And I've tried so many high-end products, so many drugstore products over the last year, and I finally found something that actually does the trick. So I recommend this if you have large pores. This will definitely help you out. Okay, so the next 2 items are hygiene items. I hate the dentist. I hate oral hygiene like with a passion, but you know, as I get older, I find myself more into health and, you know, being the best person I can be with my credit, with my health, with, you know, keeping up with my doctor's appointments, my dental appointments, and a part of that is keeping up with your teeth. So I have been obsessed with these. the last few months. I've always had these around, but I never really used them, and lately I find like after like every meal, especially like dinner when I have like a heavy meal with like a lot of meat, I find myself reaching for these. I actually keep a handful in my nightstand, and then at night I'm like picking my teeth, which sounds gross, but you'd be surprised how much stuff comes out when you floss, and this just makes it so much easier. I'm not a fan of string floss. Like if that's what my option, I'm probably not gonna do it. But the fact that I can just take one of these out and get all the way in there, especially those back teeth. And then you have this side to kind of go on the front teeth, and these things work a dream. So, and then they also have like a minty flavor on them, so they kind of help to give you like that minty fresh flavor in your mouth. So I love these. If you don't have these, get some, keep some in your nightstand, keep some in your purse or your car, and use them, floss your teeth. Okay, so the next oral care product is this tongue scraper. I remember when I was in college, one of my roommates introduced me to this, and it was Life. And I don't know what made me stop using these, but I seen it in the drugstore, or not the drugstore, but Target. And this one is by Aura Brush is the brand, and I think it was under $7, maybe like $5 or $6, very cheap. And basically after you brush your teeth, you just go ahead and just literally scrape your tongue, like wet it, and then just scrape your tongue before you mouthwash. And literally, I mean, it doesn't seem like it would do a lot, but this little thing is everything. Like when you scrape, you feel like a layer of like bad breath comes off. I know that sounds disgusting, but I just feel like my mouth is so much cleaner when I use this. Now, like, I have to give it a break though, I will say that, because like when I first started using it this month, I did it the first time and my mouth felt amazing. And like after 3 or 4 days of doing it, I felt like it wasn't doing much. So this is one of those things I think you should keep handy in your medicine cabinet or like on your counter. And when you, I'd say like the beginning of the month, like the first few days of the month, go ahead and scrape and then give it a break because you won't need it. Sorry, my fiance texted me. But yeah, I would recommend you use this a few days out of the month. You don't have to use it every day because it kind of gets redundant and you don't feel like it's doing anything. But when you give it a break and then you go back to it, you feel like your mouth is like extra clean. Okay, so next item is a lip gloss. I know in last month's favorite, I was telling you guys how much I've been loving the chapstick or lip balm from Bath and Body Works, but I've been loving to layer this on top because this makes it last longer, if that makes any sense. So my lips are naturally kind of dry, so I have to put the chapstick on a few times out of the day just to make sure that my lipstick always looks good and my lips are not chapped. But during the day, like whether I'm wearing makeup or not, I'll have the chapstick on and I put this on for like a little bit of extra gloss, and then like I said, it makes it last a lot longer because this is very thick. This is the MAC lip gloss. If you guys know anything about this stuff is bomb because it makes your lips last a long time and it makes them look like you've been eating chicken, fried chicken at that. So I've been loving this. Next thing is kind of dirty, so forgive me because I just used it and I didn't have time to clean it. But this is supposed to be a black beauty blender. I picked this up from Costco. They do have them there, or at my local Costco in Woodland Hills for $15. So you can save a couple of bucks. But I have been using the beauty blender for a couple of months, and in my opinion, I kept saying, oh, it's the same thing, it's the same thing. For a cheaper price, you can get 2 beauty blenders for $10 and save a bunch of money. But I used this for the first time probably since I had my son, and it's completely different. Like this and then the Real Technique sponge is completely different things. Like this right here, I don't know, when I do my under eye concealer, I feel like with the Real Techniques one, it kind of, when you try to get like right there, like in that crevice between your nose and your cheek, with the Real Techniques, it kind of gets a little bit messy, especially if you're not precise like me. So I find that I get a bunch of concealer on my nose where I don't want it to be, where this one keeps the concealer exactly where you want it to be. It keeps it very uniform so that if you want it just here to here, it's easier to keep it there and not go out of bounds. Also, I love this one because when I like to get that inner tear duct with the concealer or even foundation, it gets there precise without like going into my eyeball and making my eyeball water. So this right here has been awesome. I kind of want to throw away my Real Technique sponges or just use them as backups because I'm ready to just have all Beauty Blender sponges because these are the bomb. Another oldie but goodie is the L'Oreal, how do you say this? The L'Oreal Telescopic in Carbon Black. Now this is a ride or die old school for me. And sometimes you just get away from things that you've loved. So I picked this up in the month of April. And before I use this, I was going, what was I using? Oh, I was using the Better Than Sex mascara by Too Faced. I love that mascara, but my issue with it is that you kind of have to let it get old. Like you have to use it 1 or 2 times and then like let it like sit in your vanity for a little while and then go back to it when it's like old and it's like perfect. But this is like that, but you don't have to wait till it gets old. The formula is perfect because it separates your lashes. It makes them longer and fuller. So it basically does everything you want. Because of how thin the brush is, you're also able to get those bottom lashes very well. So it makes it look like you have full, flawless bottom lashes without kind of getting it on your skin, if you know what I mean. I was going through my makeup storage the other day and I found this and I fell in love with it. I don't know if you guys can see how dirty this packaging is, but I need to like take some Awesome and like scrub it because it kind of got makeup all over it. But this is NARS Exhibit A. It's a blush. I've had it for some years. Sorry. But it's just a beautiful, beautiful like bright red, like burnt orange slash red. I really don't know how to describe it, but it is so beautiful. Now you just take your brush and you barely tap it. I don't know if it's really picking up that well for you guys, but you barely tap it and you get so much. Like you literally have to barely tap it to get the product. But when you've got melanin, brown tone skin, these orangey red tones look so beautiful on your skin. So I've been loving this, and this is going to be a go-to for the rest of the spring and the summer. Next product is a body spray. This is 1,000 Wishes by Bath & Body Works. Now I don't really like not Bath & Body Works. I love Bath & Body Works, but I don't really like body sprays that much just because they don't last all day. So like they're usually perfect for like after you get out the shower at night. If you want to smell good, you kind of drench your body with it. You can't really put too much because it's not a perfume. And it just makes you smell good temporarily, but it doesn't last long. But I picked up some stuff from Bath & Body Works this month, and I have one of those coupons where you can get a product free. So I went ahead and tried this out because it smells so bomb. If you haven't already smelled it, it smells so good. Yeah, but I've been loving this for around the house. Like when I get up in the morning and I get dressed, I spray myself with it. When I take a shower, like after I get out, I spray myself with it. And it just helps you to smell good without having to put on perfume. Especially having a little baby who's like always all over me. I find myself not really wanting to wear perfume too much because whatever I wear, he ends up smelling like it and having it all over him. But this is kind of light, so it's perfect for the spring, the summer. It's perfect for daytime. And it just smells so bomb. I'm actually going to go back and get like a few of the body washes in this scent because it smells good. And I'm also going to get the plug-ins for the wall, the refills in this scent because it smells so good. And it's probably going to be one of my favorite smells of springtime. Next is this little guy right here. This is a choker. I don't know if you guys remember this from like middle school, elementary school, but these were like everything back in the day, and they were like $1, and you get this in the pack with the little ring. I don't necessarily care for the ring, but I picked these up from Fashion Nova for I'd say about $5 or $6 a month or two ago, and I actually put it in my jewelry armoire and I forgot about it, but I pulled it out this month and I've been wearing it like every day. Like I have on gym clothes and I'm gonna put it on. And it, like when you take it off of your neck, it'd be like stretched out like this big and making it seem like you have a huge neck. But I think it just stretches out from going over your head. My fiance hates this thing. He thinks, he's like, you're not a punk rocker. Like, what are you doing? But I love it. I feel like I just went from ready to go work out to Instagram model. Like, I don't know, I guess this is like the staple of like the Instagram models and all that lately is chokers. But I just think it looks so good and it just adds personality. So I've been loving it. I've been reaching for it. I'm actually gonna try to find some more chokers like in different styles because this one is very basic. So like I want a new velvet one. I have a velvet one already, but I want a new velvet one. I've seen them where they have like the big ring in the front, and like a leather one would be cute too, I think. But yeah, I've been loving it. Okay. Last but not least, I've been loving Melon Pigment by MAC. I picked this up I think last summer. I have a large one from like the old school, but I think it's expired, so I went ahead and picked up a new one. And this is awesome. Like if you're a brown girl and you're looking for like a rose goldy, like what am I trying to say, like a rose gold tone highlight, this is awesome. And I believe it was only $10. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think these are only $10. So very good price compared to like the Becca and all the high-end highlighters. And it's multi-use, so I just taken like whatever's on the cap. I don't know if you guys can see that. Focus, focus. So whatever's on the cap, I just take my brush. This is not the brush I use, but I just like dip it in there and kind of get it in my, I was gonna say my T-zone, but the apples of my cheeks. Not the apples, that's the, what am I talking about? I take a little bit of it with my fan brush or like the other brush that I use for highlighter, and I just get it on the high point of my cheeks. This is not it, by the way. And it comes on beautifully. It's a beautiful rose gold tone. Let me see if I can swatch it for you guys. Oh, I got too much. Can you see how beautiful that is? I hope the camera is picking it up. Like imagine that on your cheek. Like that is the ultimate glow. So if you haven't already picked this up, it also works well if you take your, I also use it with this right here. And it has like a rubber tip on it. This is a Sephora brush. And it's the number 24 glitter eyeshadow brush. And it's perfect for like glitters and pigments. Because like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it picks up the product and it holds the product. So if you use another kind of brush, you'll find that you'll pick up the products and it drops, but this actually picks it up and it holds it. So if you haven't already, checked these little brushes out. They're perfect if you apply like pigments to your lids. Bomb. So that was all of my favorites for the month of April. I hope that this video was not too long and that you enjoyed it and that you learned a thing or two. I definitely will be doing these favorites at the end of every single month, so stay tuned for those. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one.
I told. Up in the morning, miss you bad. Sorry I ain't call you back. Same problem my father had.